Okay guys, this is my second video. I'm sorry, I've got to remember, I'm trying to keep these videos in 5-minute stints. I don't want them too long because I don't want everybody to get bored. I know I'm not the most entertaining of commentators, but I hope that I am bringing some light to an area that most of us don't read and have rarely wanted to dive into. So here's the next quote. Control of power is based on compromise in our Congress and among our executive, legislative, and judicial branches. A society devoid of compromise is totalitarian. This is a fantastic quote because in modern society, the dogmatic extremes never want to come and fix a problem. The greatest issue in the United States is that we lack statesmen, people who are willing to find solutions to real problems. It's the biggest tragedy. It's perhaps the biggest fault of a republic is that we do this. And it's a shame because there are things in the United States that we can come together on and we can find solutions. And for the most part, we just want to politicize everything for the pursuit of power. And that's what we're getting into right now. We're getting into what Alinsky would call totalitarianism, which is not an accurate definition of totalitarianism. But essentially what it is one party takes over and then rams things through, and then the other party takes over and rams things through. It's one of the reasons why the filibuster in the Senate never, ever needs to be undone. If they are talking about trying to undo the filibuster, slap the politician, because that is dangerous. The filibuster requires a 60 votes, which means that a single party would have to get a supermajority in order to achieve that. It means there has to be compromise. It means that there has to be a large section of the United States that cares about a certain topic to get things done. When the U.S. government works how it should, it's very slow. It's very slow to move, very slow to act. That's why we have the separation of powers. That way, the liberties. So governments tend to take more and more liberty from people the longer they go. This has always been the case. This is why our framers framed the United States Constitution and the way we have our government in such a way that it is slow. I don't know if you can hear that. They're tearing a house down, but they framed it in such a way that the government would be very slow to do anything. That way they are slow to take the freedoms of the citizens away. So it required compromise. And if a lot of Americans are okay with giving up their freedom, then okay. But it requires a large majority of people in order to do that. So just kind of echoing what I spoke of in the last video about compromise, understand that as leaders, there are times when we cannot get our way in a situation. And sometimes it's okay to compromise in order to get from point A to point B. We're all human. We are all fallible. We don't have all the answers. You don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. And we have to learn to listen to other people. And that's one of the most powerful tools a leader can have, is to reach out and find other perspectives and utilize those. It increases what I've always called it a collective consciousness, but it's the collective experience, and that can really help. So if you're a leader and you're finding it hard to compromise, just remember, compromise is often a positive way forward. It's not everything you want, but it's a lot of what you want. And That's called innovation, just small incremental changes of things that get better and better. It also means if you mess up, you don't mess up as bad. You've made a little boo-boo that you can fix. So you want compromise, you want slow progress, because if you can make something rapidly better, you can also make it rapidly worse. So compromise is and can be a very good thing.